Hey everyone, we are back with another episode of Unqualified Film Bros, as we are not qualified to be reviewing movies and such, and yet we do it anyway. So we have a very special episode for you tonight, or today, or whenever you're watching this. We're not going to be talking about a movie. We're not going to be talking about a TV show. We are holding the first ever Unqualified Film Bros Build a Movie Draft. So what does that entail? Well, we are going to be building the cast and crews ish. Obviously not a full crew. We're not going to have a second unit. We're not going to have, gaffers and all that.
We don't have our IATSE membership list right in front of us, unfortunately, so we can't figure out everyone.
Yeah, and none of us are union, so good one, Declan. So how this works is it's like a fantasy sports style draft. We're gonna go. I tried to organize the Zoom setup. I'm sure I'm doing it backwards. In the order of our draft picks, we predetermined. I have the first pick. Ben's going second, Max third, Declan fourth. Then Declan picks fifth, Max sixth, Ben seventh, and then back to me for the eighth, and so on. It's a snake draft for those of you who have played fantasy sports before. The roster construction is pretty simple. We've got genre, director, screenwriter, 2 lead actors, 2 supporting cast members, a composer, and a flex cast member. If you play fantasy football, you know that the flex is like a utility spot. You can throw anyone in there, except a quarterback, or a kicker, or a defense. But running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. So that's the roster breakdown. We've got our draft order. We're diving right in. So with the first overall pick in the 2021, I don't know if we're going to do this again by the end of the year, so we'll call it the 2021 Unqualified Film Bros Build a Movie Draft. I'm taking a genre, and I am taking heist comedy.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, with the number 2 overall pick, I will be taking the genre psychological thriller.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. With the
I'm not
number
sure if anyone else would have taken that, but
Yeah, you might have been able to hold that one to the second round.
it's okay. My picks are niche enough.
yeah, mine are too, so I'm not too worried about it.
I
But
expect nothing less.
someone might surprise me. With the number 3 overall pick, I'm also going with the genre. I will be taking historical drama.
Ooh. Nice. Nice.
I think Declan was hoping for that one to fall.
Yeah, it's a little rough for Declan.
Yeah, a little bit, but luckily
You can't just build Lincoln here.
For those
Yeah, see that was my
Declan
thinking.
loves-
I know for a fact that Declan's director is Spielberg, and that he's banking on the fact that Daniel Day-Lewis is coming back for one more movie, just so he can pick Lewis to play Lincoln once again in Lincoln 2, the sequel.
I think they already had that Abraham Lincoln versus zombies.
Vampire Hunter. Yeah.
There's
yeah,
also,
yeah,
of
yeah.
course, Abraham Lincoln's Vampire Hunter, which is like the first R-rated movie I ever saw in
Well,
theaters.
Don't forget about
Of course
don't
it
for-
was.
don't forget the America the Motion Picture starring Will Forte as
Of course.
Abraham
Mhm.
Lincoln.
There you go.
Great Netflix film. Should talk about that sometime on the pod.
Anyway, so Max did steal his historical drama. That's too bad, but luckily I did have one above it. My first pick was fantasy, and I'll say, just to give a subgenre, fantasy epic fantasy. Sort of like whatever style of fantasy you would call Lord of the Rings, like I would say that. So we'll call it epic fantasy.
All right.
All right.
Declan, 5th pick comes back to you.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to go with my first lead, and it is someone I'm proud to snatch. I'm curious if anyone else was thinking of him. I will pick for my first lead, Ewan McGregor. He's possibly my favorite actor, at least on a pure like gut personal level. Though he is also a fantastic actor, as his
It's a
work
great
in
pick.
Train
That is a
Spot.
good pick.
Yeah.
I'm also going to take a lead, and I'm going with Riz Ahmed.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
He was on my list.
Well, I think I'm going to take a director here.
Ooh.
And the director's going to be Paul Thomas Anderson.
Very good. Very good.
Okay.
Pretty,
So we've got
pretty
a psychological thriller.
here.
Well, like Ben, I am also going to take a director for my heist comedy, and I'm going with one of my favorite comedic directors of all time, Adam McKay.
Very good.
So now, who am I gonna choose to star in this heist comedy? The future Doctor Doom himself, Adam Driver.
Can I be honest? I literally didn't even consider putting in Adam Driver in my list because I knew George was like he was 100% going to take him. So I was like, I can't even he's not even on my list, because it was like George was
The thing about Adam Driver is that he hasn't had too many opportunities to be funny in his career. I think his funniest role so far, other than his appearance as Kylo Ren in Undercover Boss on SNL, was in This Is Where I Leave You, 2014, with Jason Bateman and Tina Fey and Corey Stoll and Jane Fonda, and Timothy Olyphant and Rose Byrne and Catherine Hahn, and what a great cast. I could go on and on. But yeah, he hasn't had too many opportunities to be funny, so I think putting him as the lead in a heist comedy would be really fun. On to Ben.
All right. Well, I'm going to take the perfect actor for I guess one of the perfects. There's another one that I'm thinking of too, but Christian Bale as the lead.
Very good.
Nice.
Big fan of The Prestige.
I'm gonna go with director now. Chloe Zhao.
Nice.
Someone's got recency bias from Eternals.
Yeah.
Slash
What's
no
that's like 4 years or whatever.
No, I mean she's a wonderful filmmaker. Nomadland is one of the best films of the last 10 years.
So for historical drama, I'll just give quick reasoning for that. I just think that she can do something really beautiful with a real story, in shooting on location and having some really great sequences set up for whoever she decides to cover.
For my next pick, I think I will go with the director as well. I'm deciding to go with, again, especially ironic given that, just talking about recency bias, I think I will go with Ridley Scott. It will be a return, I believe, to the genre of fantasy, though obviously it would be a different one, but I think his versatility and his experience with historical epics would be a great catch for a epic fantasy film.
Well, we've seen what he can do with epic science fiction. Now going into epic fantasy, I think he could do a really good job with that. That's a good pick.
Absolutely.
Back to you, Declan.
Oh, right, of course. Oh my gosh, it's back to me. Okay. Oh, man, I think for my I will go with my second lead, and it's like I almost feel like it's at this point embarrassment of riches, but I think this is just get two of my favorite actors working today. So for my second lead, I will pick Lupita Nyong'o as my second lead. How she and Ewan McGregor would be on screen, I don't know, but I would hope they'd be very compelling, as they are so often on screen.
I want to see this fantasy movie you're building.
I even have an idea in my head.
Well, pitch it to me. I'm in film school. I can get it made.
Wow, thanks, man. Anyway, sorry. Ben.
Okay. No,
Max.
it's me.
Geez, Mac, I'm sorry.
Trying to think what my best pick here would be. I think I'm actually gonna open up a new category. I'm going with composer here. Ramin Djawadi.
It's on my list.
Me as well. Very good.
Definitely recency bias for Eternals.
Not to mention Game of Thrones.
I was thinking Game of Thrones and some epic songs to go along with historical drama.
I want to see these landscapes that Chloe Zhao is gonna put
Yeah,
together with
Ooh,
Ramin
Yeah.
Djawadi's score.
that would
Yep.
be something.
I'm gonna go with the other lead, which is going to be Robert Pattinson.
Nice.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. That'll be an exciting pairing for a psychological thriller.
Yeah. That's
You've got
why
two
I-
Batmen.
Also, just two people who I think, also two people who had been in Christopher Nolan films.
True.
That's
Very
right.
But I think he's an incredibly underrated actor that now he's actually getting the acclaim he deserves. The Lighthouse is by far one of my favorite movies. Him and Willem Dafoe and that are ridiculously good actors. Just the whole thing. So easy pick for me. And Christian Bale, I love him in everything, and now he wins Oscars. He's a great actor.
good.
I'm gonna go with my I have back-to-back picks here, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
With my first of the two, to wrap up the fourth round here, I think I am going to be taking my second lead, and I'm going to be taking Rachel McAdams
Ooh, nice.
because she has chemistry with literally everyone. If you've read my Letterboxd reviews, you know that I say this every time I watch a movie that she's in. Doesn't matter if it's Wedding Crashers or Sherlock Holmes or Doctor Strange, or I haven't seen The Notebook, but apparently she has chemistry in that. So Rachel McAdams is my second lead here. And now to start, I keep looking off to the side here because I'm writing down all the picks to make sure we don't have any overlap, even though we all have pretty different tastes. So, you never know. Right here for my next pick, let's see, I've done my genre, a director, two leads. I'm going to go with a composer here and take Michael Giacchino. I think he's a top 2 composer working in the game today. I studied music in college, so I listen to a lot of film scores. He makes up probably about 25% of my playlist right now, just because he's done so much that I enjoy. So with whatever number pick we're at by now, I'm going to take Michael Giacchino. Ben, back over to you.
Go.
I'm gonna round out my cast. Well, I guess I still have 2 cast members left.
2 and a flex.
2 and a flex. I'm gonna put in Rebecca Ferguson. Kind of recency bias, but I really liked her in Dune. I loved her in Doctor Sleep. I thought she was a great actress, and I think she would fit well in that genre.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that'll be my pick.
And I'm gonna take another lead with Cynthia ERIVO.
I'm not familiar with her. Who's she? Wait, I'm just blanking on the. Who?
She played Harriet Tubman in the biopic, well, sort of
She
biopic,
was
and then
fantastic
she
in
is
that film.
stunning in basically every role that she plays.
Mhm.
She actually was recently just cast as Elphaba
In the upcoming Wicked film.
movie musical
No
adaptation.
kidding!
Yep,
I had not
Which
heard
will-
about that. Whoa.
Yeah, it's going to be Cynthia
across from
ERIVO
Ariana Grande.
playing opposite Ariana Grande. So we'll definitely,
Fascinating.
I think we've got enough musical theater buffs on this
Oh, we
to,
gotta review that. Come
Mhm.
on now.
to have that be the focus of a future episode.
Ooh, yeah,
So
yeah.
we hope you stay with us long enough for that.
Hell yeah. Anyway, wow. Okay, that's great. That's a great pick. You know, I think I'm gonna go for my next one. I think my next pick. I'm gonna go with screenwriter. I'm gonna be
The
a
first
bit,
screenwriter to choose, or to be
yes,
chosen.
yes. And this could be a mistake. I won't lie, but I also like. I have no idea if this is a good idea or not, but I'm gonna go with it anyway. I promise not to remake Lincoln, and so I will merely do one nod to Lincoln and have Tony Kushner write the script for the epic fantasy. Fantastic writer on many stone cold classics. Yeah, let's see Tony Kushner write something like that. That's what I pick. And then I now pick for my next thing. And so I think this was a bit of, I'm going to go for my composer for this one. And this one I sort of feel a little bit bad about because to an extent the composership was something that I don't have as much knowledge in music as other people do. So I felt basically like I was like almost like just going with like the most famous people and just presuming they'd be good fit. But I think I will go with my number one choice, which is John Williams.
He was behind Giacchino on my list.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm also gonna go with the screenwriter, Paul Webb, who did Selma.
Nice.
I haven't seen that film in years, but it's excellent.
I think I'm just gonna take a screenwriter too, because I kind of need him. It's the same person as my director, Paul Thomas Anderson. He writes the screenplays, so I think having someone like that write the screenplay too is really important, so that he's one of those directors that just has like a complete vision. So I think it's important. An important pick right here.
I am going to take my first pick here and take my first supporting cast member, Kumail Nanjiani.
Nice.
We talked about him in the Eternals episode. I love Silicon Valley. He was the best part of Eternals. Easy pick for me, Kumail Nanjiani.
I feel like he's already even been in a heist. Well, no, never mind. No. But yeah, he would definitely be a good fit for a heist comedy.
Yeah, and he can also work in conjunction with my screenwriter, who I am picking with this pick, with my screenwriter pick to start this next round, Jordan Peele. You know, he obviously he came up into the business through comedy, working with Keegan-Michael Key, working on Mad TV, Key and Peele. But now he's this Oscar-winning,
right?
I think so.
Get Out one, right?
Yeah, I think so. something I should have known before picking him.
Interesting.
But yeah, he's a fantastic comedian. He's a great screenwriter. I think putting him in a heist comedy, something, fun, something with action, I think he would do a great job writing something like that. And again, Kumail Nanjiani he wrote The Big Sick with his wife. So that collaboration, even with Adam McKay, he's my director. So putting the three of them together in the creative space would be a lot of fun. So that's 2 picks back to back just now for me. So Ben.
So I'm going to do my flex here. And that's going to be one of my new favorite actors, Jonathan Majors. I think
Kang.
He's a really great, he's going to be Kang, but he's a really versatile actor. I loved him in Lovecraft Country. I thought he did a great job. And I think he would fit in really well with that, sort of thriller, psychological thriller, especially with all the other actors that I put in there. Yeah, that's it. And then my next few picks might surprise you.
Looking forward to that little tease for us.
Ooh.
I will pick my first supporting actor. I'm going with McKenna Grace, child actor who's in Gifted across from Chris Evans. And because I have not cast a white person yet, she will get out of her niche of playing the younger version of an older character. So it'll give her a chance to play a more fully formed role.
Is she in the new Ghostbusters film?
I think so. Yeah.
I've heard nothing but praise for her performance.
Yeah, she's like 16, but started out really young. And I've seen a number of her films, and it's like, wow, she's pretty talented.
Ghostbusters Afterlife in theaters right now.
Oh wow. Yeah. Anyway, there's a part of me that wants to cheat slightly with my flex, but I will not, and I will stick to the rules. Since we are only doing working actors, I will pick for my flex Bob Odenkirk. Delivering one of the best performances on television right now in Better Call Saul. Go watch it. I do, and all that.
Shameless plug.
I want to pick Daniel Day-Lewis, but was reminded that he's technically retired. I kind of don't even fully believe that or accept that, but still, so I can't do Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm doing for my flex Bob Odenkirk, and I will also pick my first supporting actor. Really, I probably should have done that in reverse, but regardless, I will pick for my first supporting actor Michael Sheen. I think he's been he's in a lot. He's been in a lot of great stuff, but like the thing that and this is the weirdest thing to find him most compelling in, he played Tony Blair phenomenally in three separate films and all that. If you're a fan of The Crown, definitely see The Queen, which is basically the movie that preceded. I mean, it of course also takes place in real life, but basically, if you're a fan of the TV show The Crown, see The Queen, where Sheen plays Tony Blair. Fantastic film.
I'm going with my flex actor. I'm actually kind of surprised he hasn't come up yet. Lakeith Stanfield.
Good pick.
Nice. That's He can be in anything and be
flew under the radar in Knives Out, but
really
one of the brightest spots of a really great cast.
His role is intentionally far less showy than all the other people, but he is so he's I mean, everyone is vital to that film's success, but he's like so important, and he does it perfectly. You know.
Also, the dynamic, and of course, we could do a deep dive on Knives Out right here, right now, and maybe we will on a future episode. But the dynamic that his character has in that film, opposite both Noah Sagan as Trooper Wagner and, of course, Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc, but then interacting with the rest of the cast, he's just fantastic. And what range! I mean, Declan, I know you're a big fan of Uncut Gems. Yeah, Lakeith Stanfield, excellent pick.
Mhm.
Ben?
I'm actually gonna do an actor who was in something with Lakeith Stanfield. I'm gonna do Daniel Kaluuya.
Very
That's
nice.
My supporting actor, my final supporting actor. I think he's a fantastic actor. He won an Academy Award already. He's a young guy, and I mean, I thought he was talented since like I saw him on like Black Mirror or whatever way back when.
Wow.
But he's been good in almost everything I see him in. And I think he could do a really good job in that. I mean, he started in Black Mirror, so he can do a dark, thriller. And yeah, I like
Obviously, Get Out.
Yeah, get out. It's a little, more uplifting than Black Mirror.
But still, it doesn't get more psychological thriller than, a thriller about the psyche.
Not quite the meta.
Fair.
It's a little too meta for me.
I think you mean
I'm
Facebook.
going a little more on the darker, psychological thriller than the commentary.
Fair enough. So right here, we are wrapping up with my next pick. We will wrap up the 8th round. We're only doing 9 rounds. Right now, I have left a supporting actor and a flex, I think. So I'm making my final 2 picks of the draft here.
Yeah.
Refer to my list. For my second supporting actor, I am going to take Tiana Paris. Obviously, most recently known for her performance as Monica Rambeau in WandaVision. She's done a lot of other great performances. And I think playing off of Rachel McAdams and Adam Driver and Kumail Nanjiani would be a lot of, you get a lot of different acting abilities. You get a lot of different, combinations of talent from that group. Damn, I want to write this movie now. And for my flex actor, this one's really hard because I have a lot that you guys haven't put on your rosters yet, but he's one of my favorite actors. He's done heist comedy before, most notably in the Now You See Me films. It's not Jesse Eisenberg, as much as Declan wants me to pick Jesse Eisenberg.
Where did that come from?
I'm going to take Woody Harrelson with my final pick. He's my flex actor. I love him to death. He's one of my favorite actors. Can't say enough good things about him, and I can't wait to see him in this film, which I'm going to start writing after we record the episode. So that's the end of my roster. We're going to Benji for his final pick.
I saved the composer for last because I was almost 100% certain that no one of you would have picked him. But he is one of my favorite composers, has been for a long time. Philip Glass. Famous for being, a minimalist composer, but I love, he did the Candyman with Michael Riesman. But my favorite is like The Illusionist. That's one of my favorite soundtracks. Came out the same year as Prestige, but Prestige, much better movie. The Illusionist, much better soundtrack. I love it. It's so haunting and magical, and I feel like you could do a lot with a composer like that. And a psychological thriller where you're messing with people's minds and stuff, and you don't know where everything's turning, which is a bit like The Illusionist. It involves magic but there's also an investigation. It's hard for you to tell exactly what's happening, and the music perfectly assists with that. So that's my final pick.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. Yeah. I think, yeah, I've got a supporting actor left, and I'm going with JEROME of Moonlight and When They See Us fame.
Mm.
I think he won an Emmy for his performance in When They See Us.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with his work, but if he's worthy enough in all of Hollywood right now to make Max Wisnet's roster, might have to look into him.
Mm. And then for my final one, I also am ending with a supporting actor, and I feel this is the right. sorry. This is I'm just yeah. Sorry. I apologize. Lost my train of thought. Please forgive me. This
Daniel
actor.
Day-Lewis.
This actor, I only saw her work at this year in what I'm going to assume it will be the year's best motion picture based off a musical set in New York City about Latinos. I'm talking about Melissa Barrera. I think she like I said, she was fantastic. I just feel like a genuine screen presence from In the Heights, and I think, yeah, another fantastic addition to this cast for this epic fantasy film.
That was an early drive-by at Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
I actually don't even intend that as a diss and all that. I genuinely think In the Heights is good. In some ways I hope I'm wrong. I'm wrong, kind of, but we'll see how it goes.
And Melissa's playing. She was just cast as Batwoman, I think, or Batgirl in the movie.
She's gonna be in she's gonna be in the next Scream film, which I'll be interested.
Yep.
I hear they're actually working on a crossover, West Side Story versus Superman.
That'll be interesting.
It's gonna be a hit.
Get Leonard Bernstein on the phone.
Leonard Bernstein is actually going to be in the movie, and he's going to be fighting Superman.
It's going to be written by
Wow.
Steven Sondheim. He's coming back.
All right.
right.
So this was a ton of fun.
Mhm.
Being able to put together our rosters. We all have, I think I said this in the second or third round, but we have different tastes. We were building different movies in different genres. I think maybe for a future draft, if we do this again, we could all do the same genre, and maybe we'll have some competition for actors and directors and screenwriters and composers. Definitely something to talk about. That's going to do it for this episode of Unqualified Film Bros. We had a ton of fun making this one. We hope you guys like our rosters. We want to know who you would cast in your ideal movies, whatever genre they may be. So hit us up in the comments, hit us up on social media. We'll be back next week, day after Thanksgiving, with the next video. Obviously, we post on Fridays. So we'll be back next week. We got a lot to talk about. I'm not going to give too much away, but thanks for joining us for our Unqualified Film Bros Build a Movie Draft. Anything to say before I end the recording, guys?
No, good night.
Let us know what you think.
All I'll say is, till we meet again, Spider-Man.
Until then, we will see you next week.
Go watch the first Midnight Minisode on a different playlist.
There you go.
Good night.
Good plug, George.